Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. There's nothing that can reflect relationships like those gatherings at the end of the year. I'd like to use this opportunity to talk about the aspect of divine masculine and divine feminine. I'd like to talk about it because also I went online and I saw a couple of people talking about it. For example, there's one lady that was saying that a divine feminine is female who's wise, wisdom, who's sovereign. And then she said a divine masculine is the character of the father. So why didn't you say that the divine feminine is the character of the mother, who's nurturing, who's loving? You reserved wisdom and sovereignty in the context of femininity just to feel your own pride. How dare you? Anyway, on another video I saw a man who explained what a divine masculine is, and he talked about it in the context of physique because he looked good. And he talked about it in the context of what is an alpha male should look like to dominate others, which is all a BS. Because in constructive group dynamics, all those concepts are not relevant. What is relevant is if the system is functional, if the objectives are achieved, not who's dominating whom. This you keep it to the herd, to the buffaloes. Which buffalo is more dominant than the other buffalo? But when we talk about a lion pride or a wolf pack, who can lead to success? Who's more experienced? Who's more skilled? Not who's born to a father who's a politician and he got him money and now everybody's saying, wow, you're an alpha male. Not like this. Human society has destroyed everything about how we conceive each other as chemistry. And people learn to tune their attraction towards those belief systems who define what a social status is, even when a person has nothing to do with that. And here I'm talking about divine masculine and divine feminine. There's so many interactions because society doesn't like it when you reflect to them who they really are, especially when you are a sovereign man, self-reliant, you're skilled, you're competent, while they are not as competent. They try to copy you, but they're not making it. They try to imitate what you do without telling you that, without acknowledging your superiority. They just want to steal inspiration without acknowledging that they're inspired by you. Try to copy it, but they will never make it. At the end, the only thing that is left for them is to connect with other hyenas like them, to find that one lion in order to take him down. But here's the thing. When I talk about femininity or masculinity, for me, you can talk about it in the context of sovereignty, competence, creativity, love, empathy, emotional wealth, intellectual wealth, knowledge, rich spirit that can see things. You can see you are present, you are conscious. Call it divine male, call it divine female, I don't care. And especially when I see also many men online make videos like, why women hate men. Women don't hate men. Some women, or women in general, men and women, including me as a man, we don't like weak men. We don't like men who are easily manipulated, easily hacked. They lose their presence and they lose their consciousness because of a smile of a female, or because somebody offered them a job, or a son of a politician is rich, so they side with him immediately because he's a son of a politician. Those are weak men we don't like. We men and also women don't like. So don't say women don't like men. If you are a weak man, you will not be liked. You need to be sovereign. If you're not sovereign, that's fine. Follow the sovereign and learn from the sovereign. Acknowledge your status. You're not an alpha male like you think. You're not an alpha female like you think. And he's also talked about divinity in the past and put it in the context as the contrary of vanity. You can watch that video if you like. It's on this channel. The divine versus the vain. Of course, many think that they can achieve or reach that level of divinity through vanity, through buying some materialistic objects, luxurious vacations, selfies on some yacht, on some whatever. You will never get there. You will never be divine. Your vanity is not the way to divinity. It's all about sovereignty, self-reliant, empathy, consciousness, presence, vision. You have a lot of spiritual values and spiritual and emotional wealth that is necessary in order for you to be divine. And yeah, society cannot get there. And that's why they can unite in order to bully that one divine. Suddenly they pretend to be friends. Like, I know at one time, I had a project in the theater years ago. And I was the only actor in the ensemble who had my own career, that I built it as a freelance. I'm not getting paid by my family. Actually, I was working since I was 13, was selling corn. After I finished high school, I financed my studies at university. No one paid me anything. I created my own career with my own hands. And this freaks the hell out of the golden children of the system. And I was the only one who actually studied. I financed my studies, my storytelling, dramaturgy, psychodrama, acting, filmmaking, all of it in a professional studies at university. 3 years, 3 intensive years. No one of them did it. And I financed my studies with my work. Means that after university, after the day is over, I went to the mall and I was cleaning dishes. And at the weekends, I was selling wine and cheese. That's how I financed my studies. No one of them financed it like this. All of them lived upon their parents' money. So of course, when you come with all this divinity, all those losers will hate you. And especially you come and you speak 5 languages, how dare you? Arabic, Hebrew, English, German, and French, how dare you? Hardly all those privileged kids speak 1 or 2 languages maximum. And listen to their accent when they talk in a second language. Impossible to understand. How dare you? So, all those losers subconsciously agree, let's pretend that he's not what he's pretending to be. Or let's pretend that he's not what he really is. In order to make him forget that he's better than us, that he's superior to us. On the contrary, let's make him that he's inferior even to us. And in one of my projects, my wife, which you all know, she's Maria, and one time she visited me in the theater, and she's a gorgeous woman. She's a divine female. No one can doubt that. Look at her achievements. Look at her creativity. Look at her sovereignty. Watch her channel. Go see. Of course, we work together. We support each other. This is the key. When you find a match, when 2 divines find each other, you can make miracles, sovereign miracles. You're not dependent on your families or the system or all those embarrassing kindergarten. They behave like kindergarten. That need teachers to connect them with each other and to make them feel safe with each other. When 2 divines meet each other, they can create miracles. Back to the story. When she came to the theater, and she's gorgeous, and they hated her. How dare you validate what we all try to deny? You know that when you come with all your gorgeousness, you can validate what he is, which it is a reflection of what they are not, what we are not. All those losers that they are not. And they started bullying her and trying to shame her and trying to shame me. This was years ago, yeah. But those dynamics, we learned them. We know that many losers, in any group dynamics, there are a lot of losers, vain losers that unite just out of jealousy. They are too proud, also they have too many privileges, systematic privileges, welfare privileges, their families privilege them, whatever, that there's so much pride that they would never acknowledge the superiority of someone else. So they prefer to take him down rather than to learn from him. It's fine. It's fine. You can learn. This is a journey of growth. This is a journey of transformation. This is a journey of learning. But the moment you judge from the point of view of your pride or your jealousy and your envy, nothing will happen. You can try a million years. You know, many people try to copy my lifestyle and pretending to be a multicultural couple and to pretend to be that they are successful in their life. It's not about this. Go learn 5 languages. Go learn how to play music. Go learn, go study, go sharpen your craft. Be the best version of yourself. There's no space for pride here. You will never make it like this. When that person said that women don't like men, women don't like weak men. Men don't like weak women. A vain woman, a woman that is avoiding accountability, a woman that denies the truth, a woman that puts her whims above the objective. What is a weak man? Men with low self-esteem who are so easily manipulated by women to deny the truth rather than to do the right thing. They've been dragged from their lower parts to do the wrong thing just because they don't want to lose her majesty. Weak men, weak women, vain men, vain women. Of course, vain women aspire to be with divine men, and vain men would love to be with divine women, but it doesn't work this way. You need to be what you want. It cannot be that you work with a man and you are loyal to him and you teach him and you give him the best and you create something amazing with him. And then anyone comes from the outside, man or a woman, he flips immediately like this to deny everything that you did for him and betray you just for a whim. Those are weak men. And of course, in our culture also, all those women that, grew hateful of men, disrespectful of men, because men are weak, are easily manipulated. And that's why also many of them would love to talk about migrants and refugees. You think that if you talk about migrants and refugees, you will win the hearts of women? You loser. Go improve your masculinity. Go work on yourself. You have a lot to work on. And this has nothing to do with migrants and refugees. Yeesh. Shame on you. A man, your masculinity should be charming and attractive. Don't use scapegoats, migrants and refugees just to convince women why they should be with you. And portray them like in Germany, this disgusting right wing that are so psychopathic. They don't see no empathy, no judgment, weak men ballistically. Weak men on steroids. And have the audacity to feel frustration because women don't like them. They'd love to brainwash society to hate everything that doesn't look like them. Yeah, there are women that disrespect men because men are weak. And there are women that not hate men, divine men, but they see them as a threat because they challenge everything that they've learned about themselves. In many societies, many women who think they are divine, they're not divine, they're just as vain. But society gave them the impression that they are responsible. Of course, they take money from the job center, they take money from the welfare system, from the state. There's in Germany a lot of kind of supporting businesswomen. You're not a businesswoman if you got money from the government. How dare you? A businessman like me is a migrant who never took a euro from the government. And yet, I created my own business in Germany before I spoke German. This is a business person, not taking money from the government to empower businesswomen, to empower businesswomen. They give them money from the government and they really think that they are divine women, that they are businesswomen. Unbelievable. All this manipulation of society created with those people the illusion that they are divine, that they are high status. And they are not. This is a kindergarten. Put it in the context of capitalistic society, where the competent, who serves society with his product, where society chooses the product by free will. Where you don't manipulate economy by taking the tax money and giving it to your political agenda of that gender in order to bullshit diversity. You took it from me and you finance my competition in order to make my competition look good. They should go clean dishes in restaurants like I cleaned dishes in restaurants before when I was studying at university. I didn't have pride to think that I'm born genius. And then they think that, the economy is crashing. Why the economy is crashing? Why is the economy crashing? Maybe it's the housing prices. Maybe it's too much migrants. Maybe it's the refugees. Maybe it's no. when parasitic behavior becomes mainstream and everybody learns to hate the divine, to hate the creative, to hate the sovereign, to conspire against the sovereign, to conspire against the intelligent, creative entrepreneurs, the economy would fall. How long can it be sustained? This is the one and only reason for the economical crash. Anyway, I hope I could make some sense out of that. I've been ranting because, as I told you, the end of the year brings a lot of people together and a lot of arrogance, a lot of losers think very highly of themselves and they underestimate people who actually finance them. So I needed to talk about it here. I hope I could share some thoughts. If you have thoughts or you have anything to say about in the comments that can change my mind or say, hey, we hear you, we also think that way, please write it in the comments. Thank you for being with me. I'm Shredy Jabarin. Ciao.